Walking the wheel, understanding the connection between trauma and addiction. We can get caught on the endless wheel of trauma and addiction, where pain leads us to self-medication, and self-medication leads us to pain. I have pain I feel I can't manage alone, and I discover my form of self-medication, be it alcohol, drugs, food, sex, gambling, or other. It seems to take my pain away. I use my drug of choice to manage my inner pain. My drug of choice relieves pain temporarily, but begins to cause complications in my life over which I feel shame, anxiety. I use my drug of choice to manage my shame, anxiety, to numb my depression. My pain, shame, and anxiety increase, as do my life complications, and I feel even a greater urge to use my drug of choice to manage my overwhelming sense of pain. Then I have more pain I feel I can't manage alone, and I use ever-increasing amounts of my drug of choice as I get caught on the endless wheel of trauma and addiction.
Mom, I wish I had more presence of mind to see what I needed as a little kid. I wish it would seem safer to come to you and tell you what was going on in Salvador. That lasted for years. I knew you were a little suspicious, when I was older and you didn't want me to drive with him. But all those years when I was a little boy and I was going to his house, I wish you had more self-esteem and sense of self-worth, that you didn't hide behind the door when you were depressed and you came out and demanded help from my father.
Because all those unmet needs from you, it was Salvador meeting them. And then I learned how to meet those, my emotional emptiness, with sex. And it damaged here. Correct that if it's wrong.
Well, when I would come home from school and the door was closed and I could smell that you were in that state, you were behind that. I didn't have the courage to open the door and look at you, because I didn't want to see how horrible you looked. Sunk over by the bed and crying and smelling like crap, cigarettes and coffee and booze. I just couldn't look at that, right? And so I'd go down into the basement, right? Just be by myself. And then Salvador started bringing me down to his basement. And even though I was totally confused about it, there was some connection, And then he just filled my head with all these sexual fantasies and stuff. And he used me as a little sex toy. So sex became, or the idea of sex became like a special knowledge for me, a special inside information I had. And it really skewed and distorted the way I connected with people. I felt like I had to have that to get some type of juice, to get some type of, It was like an antidepressant. It made me feel alive. There was a hit. There was adrenaline. There was like I felt alive. I felt special. I felt alive. I felt connected.
In the role of your mom, I felt really shut down. That door not only shut you off, it felt like it shut me off from myself in the role. I don't know if that was real, but That was her experience. And then, as a mom, that part of me that I bring with me, it's just so hard to see you in so much pain and not be able to reach out to you and give you, as a mom, what I know you needed. I felt the love in my forehead, that was healing for me in the role of mom. And as mom, I want you to go on with your life. I want you to let me go. I couldn't then, and I still really can't give you what you need, because I'm not here. But as a mom, there's nothing I want more than for you to be the man you were meant to be. You were a good son. Didn't know how to tell you that, but you were a good son.
Paul, your work was tremendous and helped me out so much. I really want to thank you for that. There's differences in the details, but the one thing that I really got from that is that the only two women that I ever went, wow, I want to be with you, didn't want to be with me eventually, and the pain was so great that the last few relationships that I've had in my marriage, I had to try to force myself to love them back because they loved me. I know it sounds a little weird, but I think part of what I'm trying to do is reclaim some of that kid that I thought was bad, but actually can be a guide to me today. Right? And I think I'm so terrified of love because of the loss that I can't allow that to be a feeling. Right? So if someone loves me, I'll go with you. And that's my starvation for that love that I didn't get from my mother. And then the fear of if I do feel that, I will be abandoned.
Paul, I'm not Debbie. Thank you for asking me to be in your drama. I found it actually very difficult to listen to what you were saying, sitting in the chair, and I identified with a lot of it from my marriage. I mean, my husband could justly say a lot of the things that you were saying to Debbie in your drama about me, and as we were both active alcoholics in my marriage, so there was plenty of acting out in the whole scenario as well. But it was very difficult to listen to what you had to say about that, and about my not showing up for you, or my not honouring the little boy in you, or your little boy's needs, because of course I didn't do any of that stuff. I was only interested in when we were going for the next drink, basically.